Good afternoon, everyone. It's Hanifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, my quote to you is by Winston Churchill. And this quote says, "Difficulties mastered are opportunities won. Difficulties mastered are opportunities won." And I so believe this. I really don't like to use the word difficulties, in fact, because I do think of every situation as an opportunity. And the times that we find that are not easy are opportunities. And unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, sometimes it takes us a little bit of time to recognize the opportunity in a less than easy situation. Now, I know that some of my training has certainly guided me towards how a person can look at opportunities or less than easy times. And I would like to share this with you today. So you know that I refer to Eckhart Tolle quite a bit, and I'm going to refer to his quotation again here. Not exactly in the quotation, but in terms of the meaning, in terms of what he says or recommends. And again, lots of people have recommended this idea, but I really like the way that this is put together. That there are three options in times of unease. There is to leave a situation, to change a situation, or to accept a situation. So let's say you are not happy with the workplace that you are in for whatever reason. Maybe you don't like the office politics. Maybe you don't like your boss. Maybe you don't like the actual work. And in that situation, you have three options. You have the option to leave that job and look for a new job. You have the option to change the job in terms of what you're doing right at the same company that you're in. Maybe you do a different job, maybe because that will give you a new boss. Maybe you start working in a different way, so you're changing how you do your job. And the third aspect is you can accept it. You can accept that this is how this job is. And for now, it's serving a purpose, so I stay here and I accept it. And the same thing can be said for relationships. So, relationships. We know lots of people, when faced with uneasy time in relationships, will leave the relationship. And this could be a child leaving home. This could be a spouse leaving another spouse. And this could be a relationship that just goes its separate ways over time as people might grow apart. So that's leaving it. How about changing it? So changing it can happen when people are going through counseling. People can talk more, communicate in better manners. They might change the tasks that they do for each other or with each other. They might change something in the relationship, or they can accept it. This is the relationship, and this is where I stay. So the child might think, you know what, I've got a roof over my head, and even though this is the unease I feel in this home, this is good enough right now. And sometimes a relationship will say the same thing, that, I think this is as good as I'd like it to be. This is as much as I need at this time. Or both could say that this is not acceptable to me in this time or anymore, and they leave the situation. So I want you to know that you've always got these three choices. We've all got these three choices that are always available to us. And I also want to make sure that you know that none of those choices is easy. So they can be easier with a different mindset approach to it, but they're not easy. And change is not easy for majority of people. So today, I would like you to think about, are you in a situation that you are finding less than easy? And do you realize that you have these three choices? Make sure that you do. And if you recognize that I'm accepting this situation, this is what I'm doing, I'm going to accept it because I've tried to change it, I don't want to leave it, and I am going to accept it. Now, acceptance has a little bit of a catch to it though, right? I'm going to speak energetically at this point. If you accept a situation, please do it full-heartedly. If you're accepting this is how it is, then it's how it is, right? But that energy is very different from, I better just accept it. What am I going to do now? Right? No, that's a very different energy. So that's a different vibrational plane that you're in. If you can accept it with, you know what? This is how it is, and it's okay. And I'm accepting that this is how this situation is for me. Accept it with that energy, and you will have such a better result in your environment and certainly your mental environment. And as you know, that I encourage optimum mental health. So I'm wishing you a very healthy day ahead, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And I hope you know, transform your mind and transform your life. Have a great day, everyone.